was a night just like tonight. Music in the distance, the orange sun setting under the full moon, and the sky with a million stars, blanketing the air like restless lovers. It was the night that I met him, on this bench. I call it sunlight in the forest. Brilliant. He captured my heart in one beat. Let me explain. This was not your ordinary boy from Paris. No, no. This was one of the most famous men in all of history. Of course, at the time, he was just on the precipice of who he would become. I, too, was young. But in some ways, I had already arrived. It was the summer of 1910, a time of great migration among artists, descending upon Paris, flocking to the cafes, and arousing great rivalry. The rejection of one style to the next was furious, and the quest for absolute expression had begun. At this time, it was not uncommon to be plucked from a street corner and taken to the makeshift studios of one of these artists. And that is how he came to me. I was sitting on this bench. His eyes absorbed me, and he took me to his room. It was not so much a promise of immortality as it was the wine and bitter bread that we would share in those long hours of silence that made us say yes. Anything to feel warm in our dampened streets. For this, there was not only a rivalry among artists, but among the girls too, to be painted and sculpted. That night, the hanging sheets in his studio glowed flashing red. The meager lighting burned cadmium yellow. I had never done this before. If I could, I would have smoked 1,000 cigarettes. But we had only one. With thirsty hands, he twisted and distorted me. Impossible positions. He was not after my body. He wanted my soul. To drink of my blood. A simple pose was not enough. My body was not enough. He wanted all that was inside of me. And each time his eyes raised from the canvas, I met him with mine. He drank from me, I drank from him. It was the only way. I am, after all, French. And with each edge of the pen screeching across the parchment, each brushstroke in chalky scrawl, he found me. I could not hide, and neither could he. He was the master, but I was his muse. Neither could exist alone. I recall as he said to me one night, I asked him as he walked me down if he would come again, that we might share another evening in this pitiful Montparnasse with its no running water and no heat, chasing all of each other, not just its parts. He said, we will lose to the painting. Exactly true. It's not the truth.
But yes, I will come again tomorrow.
And this is how I sit here now, under this sky, on this bench, with my heart thumping out of its chest, and his name arrested on my lips so as to not reveal his identity. All I know is that even as the sky opens up in a circle of dance, even the thunder follows him. My love, Matisse.
Mary! What the fuck are you still doing sitting there? Get your ass inside and deal with your shit. I already told you if you're gonna be living with us, you gotta fucking listen.
Check it out. Je certifie que mon texte est original, originaire et natif de mon mental, sandales aux pieds. Je parcours de grandes contrées, contrairement aux MC sédentarisés. D'Haïti à Paris, je dois dire que mon style est prisé. De Corogo à Conakry, des micros, j'en ai pris. On nous jugera seulement à l'arrivée. C'est pour ça que je mets ma foi en l'éternel des armées. DDF, Djibril. Appelle-moi comme tu veux. Ouais, je suis là. Ouais. Un nouvel album qui s'intitule Enfin. Tu sais que je vais très bien. Ouais. j'arrive avec mon freestyle. Tu sais que mon nom c'est Djibril. Bamako, ouais, on y va. T'es prêt?